Okay, I apologize. We had some problems getting the stream started. We are partway through the first end here. This is the Club Championship.
Yep, Josh, yep.
Club Championship between John Schultz rink from his Thursday mixed team, representing the club side, and the Vorpahl rink from Monday. They were the winners of the men's championship last night. So the winner of the men's championship here and the club bracket, the winner of this game becomes club champion.
Yep.
This is Shannon Schultz with her final stone. Schultz has the hammer. They're looking to draw behind here. Be setting shot. Oh, I think they just got it. Boy. And if we look at it here, it looks like it's partially buried, and if you try to remove it, it'll probably jam. So we have not had sheet 4 set up for broadcasting all season, and came in today, tried to get it working. I've gotten all the cameras working, but still working on some of the audio issues for the on-ice audio to be able to hear what they're saying. I'm Steve Duberstein. I'll be announcing the game here today. This is the final game of the Portage season. We do have 3 more weeks of curling.
Don't guard it.
Next week we have a
Don't guard it.
next 2 weeks we have a mini league. People can just sign up to basically play games, and the reason we're doing that is the week after that, the first week of April, Portage Curling Club is hosting the Columbia County Championships. So we need to keep our ice, so we're going to use it for another 2 weeks. So Ben Vorpahl, Skip for Team Vorpahl. Not Skip, I should say. I'm sorry. He throws fourth. Instead, Dave skips the team.
Yep.
And he's looking to draw one in here to be shot. It's looking pretty good. It's going to be exposed, though. So if John can remove this and hit and stick, he should take 2. Looks like about a control weight for the shot. Oh, looking pretty good. And there we go. That should be a score of 2. Or am I a rock behind? I am sorry. I apologize. We still have 2 more rocks to go. I apologize. Trying to fix the audio at the same time I'm talking here. So, Ben Vorpahl throwing last rocks for Team Vorpahl. Just look to take this out. If you got a little roll to the left, that would be ideal. That would force John Schultz to draw for one.
Line. Whoa.
Yeah, just to hit a little on the outside. And leave John the same shot here again. That's the hit and stick. Hit and stick should be a hit and stick for two. That looks pretty good. Right, nice head on stick, hit and stick. All right, now the end is over. That should be a score of 2 for Schultz. Not sure, might need a measure. Looks like red to me, but looks like they may be doing a measure here.
We come here. I like that. Okay, tag. Same? Yeah, same. A little more ice.
So, John has a couple center guards set up here. Dave's still looking to play to the side here. Can either be in the house or take a corner guard. Just got a biter. That's good. Now John looking to draw behind his guards. His guards can be doubled off easy, but going to take at least a rock to remove both of them. John Wolf with his first shot. Subbing for Mark Labor on the Schultz rink. And coming in nicely here, a little heavy though. Yeah, looks like that's going to go right out the back. So Team Vorpahl with the hammer could try to draw around those, but they're electing to just go ahead and to get rid of the guards at this point. Bit of a conservative strategy. Got to count on your second to be able to hit. Throw at least a normal weight to be able to remove both stones. You're removing 84 pounds of granite. Stan Stavnes. It worked out pretty good. Yeah. Kind of lost their one on the side though. That's a bit unfortunate. And now everybody's out of the rings, but in a way, Team Vorpahl has a pair of corner guards. So John Schultz is going to ask his second, John Wolf, to draw behind one of those corner guards. Take that shot away.
Yeah, they're still hot. Come on, Dad.
We're only into the second end here. Got a late start. Team Schultz is... Some of the members of Team Schultz are curling in the Lodi mix this weekend. And they were playing. They had to get back here and do a quick prep of the ice before he played this game. So this is Dan Stavnes, his final rock. And Team Vorpahl looking to draw behind that red corner guard on the side. Looks a little speedy. It's going to slip right through. All right, now we have Shannon Schultz, the vice, for Team Schultz. Everybody's looking to throw this same shot here. Be the first one to draw around that guard. Shannon had really good lightweight last night, playing in the club bracket championship. Nice weight, a little wide here though. Dave Vorpahl running to the other end. When he walks slowly to the other end, that's when you got to worry if you're on his team. So he's going to look and control weight, hit, maybe roll under that corner guard if he gets the right roll. or in anything else, hit the red and stick around in the rings.
Whoa! Josh.
Asking for Josh to curl on the other side, make a curl. Oh, he might get the roll here. Oh, that's a nice shot. That's a very nice shot. If you take a look at this overhead, that's almost completely buried. So Team Schultz is not going to be able to remove that anymore. And look to draw down to it, or at least be shot in a way that's hard to remove. So we're going to look for Shannon to draw down to that back one. Line's looking okay. A little heavy though. Yeah, that's gonna go right by it. A little bit heavy. I think it would have been a little lighter. It would have been curled enough and been right on. So Dave Vorpahl, his final shot, can throw the out-turn draw here, draw behind that corner guard and be sitting 2 behind the corner guards. Kind of setting up for 3 on this end is what they're trying to do.
Yep. Whoa. Right off. Whoa. Josh. Whoa. Yep.
This is looking pretty nice. If they can get it buried here.
Good shot, Dad.
Not quite buried. Almost fully exposed. I'd say the double's there. 2 ways to get the double. Run it almost straight back or cross it. You get the double either way. And this looks like what John's going to try to do here. Not sure, but I think I've got it so the sound is always coming through now. So I'll turn it up a little bit so people can hear what they're saying. And for the double here. I think they might be close. Oh, this jammed. So now this will be a hit and stick for 2 for Vorpahl. Schultz's shot. So Ben is going to have to make this shot to hit and stick to get his 2. If he hits and rolls off, they'll likely get 1 unless there's a very tough jam. It's like about control weight. It's looking pretty good. A lot of directional sweeping going on there. That's a hit and stick for 2. All right, that'll bring our game up to a tie game, 2-2 after 2 ends. What am I doing? I'm having trouble counting again here. I am a rock off just like the last end. Sorry. Done fixing the audio. And maybe concentrate a bit better now. John looking to hit and stick. Be there for shot. Looking a little outside. He's going to punch it out, but that'll leave a draw for 2. So Ben Vorpahl's going to need to draw for 2 here.
I'll give you the same path, but a little more than we had. I don't want to put you on new ice. Maybe a little more. Let your sweepers do it. You need full 12.
Draw for 2. Final stone of the end. Ben Vorpahl throwing last rocks for Team Vorpahl.
That's pretty good. Yep. It's fine. It's fine. See you later.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Just got to be in the rings here. Yeah, good draw weight, good T-rate draw. Good practice draw for Ben throwing last, and that'll be a score of 2. Score 2 for Team Vorpahl, bringing the score to 2-2 after 2 ends. So the winner of this game is the club champion. And to get there, Team Vorpahl had to win the men's championship. That started with 15 teams. That concluded last night. And Team Schultz, his Thursday open team, had to win what we call the club bracket playdown. That's a playdown between the Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday leagues. There were 9 teams in that. And then when that's concluded, we have one more game between the men's league champion and the winner of the club bracket to become the club champion. That was started 2 years ago. This is our 3rd year of having this format and having a club championship. So, Team Vorpahl, Josh Bogaralik throwing lead rocks. Josh just got back from Mexico. This is his first game in the playdowns. And John Schultz calling for a corner guard here. Like to be outside the ring so he can draw behind that later. And both teams, what we call playing offense. And let's see, in curling, how can you have offense and defense? Offense means you're trying to score. Defense means you're trying to keep the other team from scoring, and those are not the same strategy. Josh with this final shot, final lead stone.
Well, maybe not. Quite a bit more. Get by. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Wants to get by here, doesn't want to crash. Oh, boss got by. A little heavy though. Gonna stick around? Nope. John looking to go ahead and Draw behind that corner guard. This is Dave Lehman's final lead stone. Now it's looking a little bit hot too. See if it'll check up.
Come on, Dad.
No, that's going to go out the back. All right then.
Pretty weak, Dad. Okay, right here.
All right.
Line's good.
Dan Stavnes, second for Team Vorpahl. Looking to draw behind the center guard. Get in a scoring position.
Yep, keep curling. Yep. Now go hard. I'd probably leave it right there, right here, all the way here.
Little light. Just take it as another guard here. And it's advantage of a shot. The B shot like that is fine. It's a guard, so John needs to think now, does he want to go ahead and remove those guards? And that's what he's going to choose to do. He doesn't want to get the front too plugged up. And to keep that corner guard in play, you can't be playing everything to the center. Kind of kept the same situation, but changed one of the colors. So Dave Vorpahl is electing to go ahead and hit this and stick, kind of get back to the situation they were just in.
Not a curl. Keep curling, all the way curl, all the way curl.
That's looking pretty good. It's going to roll to the left though. It's going to hit and bounce in.
All right, shot.
Didn't quite bounce in. John's going to get rid of this center guard again. Get rid of the final center guard. John Wolf, his final shot, subbing for Mark Laber. Going to change a color. I'll end up with the guard in the same spot. Not all that bad for a team with the hammer. Have a couple different options, places to go. But Team Vorpahl is going to look to use that guard and go ahead and draw behind it. And that keep Team Schultz chasing them for the rest of the end. That's the idea. Oh, Dave Vorpahl with his first shot, throwing third rocks, but skipping Team Vorpahl. Look to draw around that center guard. Well, it's coming in pretty nice. See if it cuts over far enough. A little bit heavy. Well, it's something to be contended with.
Tap line. Whoa.
Shannon Schultz showing her first vice rock for Team Schultz, looking to draw on top of that one. And this is looking pretty nice. That's a good shot by Shannon. A little bit more in a bounce than they probably would have liked.
Probably a little bit more now. Do you want to throw less? No, I think still control, but you just got to give me enough. Okay.
So, looking to throw control weight here. Control weight being a little bit down from normal weight.
Whoa!
Hit and stick.
Dan.
Got to push this one over. Don't want it to jam. And that's what they did. They ended up with the jam.
Yeah.
And you can't quite see it there. But there's a red sitting right, I think it's biting right in the back there. So John can now set himself up for 2 by drawing in, having Shannon draw in behind that red center guard there.
Gotta come down. Yeah.
And sweep this one into position. I think she's got a pretty good one here.
As far as you can.
Whoa, hold up. There you go. Well, look at that. Perfectly buried. Perfectly buried.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could eat it if you're here. Yeah, then let's do that.
Team Vorpahl looking to draw in. Either go behind the red shot, Shannon Schultz just through, or go get sit on top of it, or go right behind it. Bit of a finesse shot.
Not have enough weight to get here. Yep. Now you gotta go. Yep. Yep.
I want to pull this one down, at least on top of that red one.
You gotta go really hard. Right to the corner. Right to the corner. No bounce. No bounce. No bounce. No bounce.
Don't want to bounce here.
That's fine, Ben. Good shot.
Just a little bit of a bounce. Well, John's sitting 1. He's buried. Risk is here if he leaves that yellow sitting right where it is. Ben Vorpahl could just run that yellow right into the red.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you have to go. Yeah, there's too much risk there. Just on their own.
All right. I think based on what they're talking about here, Ben's going to look to tap that yellow one out the back. He's going to have to cross it and just miss that red one on the top. He's going to have to just miss the red one on the top, cross the yellow. So he's a little bit on the inside so he can punch it out the back. So he has to take kind of a wide broom, play about a hack weight here in order to get enough curl to make that shot. If he does, he'll be setting 3. Looks like it's got a curl.
Yep, yep,
Got to curl quite a bit.
yep.
Oh boy, it's coming hard now. It's coming really hard now. It's going to crash. It's going to open up that. Problem with that is that opens up that red one in the back. So Team Vorpahl can hit that red one and be sitting 2. Red's got 3 rocks in play here. One in the back you can't quite see. That's red one near the 4-foot. And then they've got one off to the side. So Vorpahl needs to stick around. They don't want to roll out. If they roll out, John will have a shot for 3.
Yeah, nose might clip this one too. Nose might get rid of this too.
See where Dave puts his broom here? Figure out what kind of weight they want to throw. Looks like it would be normally, I think, a control weight shot because you want your shooter to stick around. Control weight being kind of a light takeout, so after you hit, you don't try not to roll out. And he's going to throw. Well, it sounds like he said he's going to throw normal weight at it. That looks like normal weight.
Got it, curl. Oh yeah, straight. Straight, straight, straight. Really straight. Come on, go hard straight. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There you go, that's a nice shot.
Yep, good shot. Double the ones off the back. Did leave a double for 2. The way it's set up right now, John can. As far as doubles go, this would be considered an easier double. You can hit it a couple different ways. You do have to throw at least normal weight though, because if you hit one of them a bit thin, you want to make sure you throw enough weight so both of them leave the rings. As long as you make contact inside either rock with enough weight, your red rock is going to stick around. But you got to throw enough weight so you punch both those yellows out the back so that red on the side counts. Take another look here from the top. John Schultz, skip for Team Schultz with his final rock, looking to play the double here. It's got a curl. It's got a curl. It's got a curl. Oh my! Didn't hit it in between either one, so that's going to be a steal of 1 for Vorpahl. So after 3 ends, that'll bring our score to Vorpahl 3, Schultz 2.
All right. Yeah. As far as you can come. Yep, keep coming.
All right.
Keep coming, all the way to the west.
I apologize for the delay. I found it necessary to go out and pour myself a Guinness. So Vorpahl, 2 rocks in the house in the center. And John looking to get some rocks on the wings here. Kind of a normal strategy you see with the hammer, with the hammer team playing to the wings and the non-hammer team playing to the middle. Just so it's in, that's what counts. Dave's playing a little defensive here. They hit and roll off this red, and then leave John to contend with 3 shot rocks. Dan Stavnes, his first rock. Needs to curl. That works. And it looks like it's actually the number three counter, so that mission accomplished on that shot. John looking to hit and stick. Perfect would be the double. It's John Wolf. A little bit outside here. Dave looking here to get rid of all the red rocks in the house. I'll see if that one sticks around or not. Looks like it's going to. A lot of yellow rocks, but all stuff John can work with. He can start drawing down to that one in the back. They're all in the 12-foot. John Wolf with his final shot, subbing at second for Team Schultz. Got to pull this, got to really pound this one. Got to get it into a scoring position here. Yeah, it's short. Short, somewhat a useful rock. You can probably get behind that later. Team Vorpahl looking to split the house here. Basically be sitting 4. Dave Vorpahl throwing third rocks. Team Vorpahl skipping the team.
Yes, Josh, yep.
Do want to be in the rings here. Don't want to leave a guard out there. That works real nice, just above the tee. John can freeze on this, try to use it just to get a nice freeze. If he gets a nice freeze at scoring, the problem is it can be easily doubled off. Shannon Schultz, vice for Team Schultz, throwing her first rock. Can't look to panic too much at this point. Game's within 1. Oh, Shannon has really good draw weight. Look at that. She's not shot. And the Vorpahl ring can look to go ahead and get rid of that, but the jam is there too. You got to hit this one on the outside. Calling for control weight, lightweight takeout. It's called control because you can control the curl a lot more with sweeping than you can with a regular weight or a higher weight takeout. And that's what they're doing. Yep, and that went right by. Something must have picked on that one. It shouldn't have bent quite. It shouldn't bend quite that much. So John will have Shannon with her last shot throw board weight. It should be enough to punch that yellow out the back.
Yep.
Want to have enough weight so you can get that yellow punched out the back. And they're gonna do a bang bang here. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a great shot. Left him sitting too, and a bit of a flat double. Not an easy double. Although Ben Vorpahl does seem to specialize in shots like this. So we can expect to see at least normal weight on this shot, which is what they've called for. Have to throw that with such a flat double in order to get them both out.
Line hard. Line hard. Really hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Just missed it. Just missed it. Now, what's John want to do here to get at least 2 out of this end? You're,
I have not thrown it wrong, so I have no idea what
well, John's saying he hasn't thrown any draws yet. But looking to split the house here. Split the house and be sitting 2 in a way that's difficult for Ben to double off. The other option here would be to put something over the top of the other yellow in scoring position, but that kind of sets up an easier double. Little speedy here. Gonna roll out the back. Yeah, that's gonna leave Ben a shot to hit and stick on this red, and he's sitting 4. The other thing on that previous shot, well, it isn't always conventional to say, go ahead and put one on top of that other red one and leave that double. The advantage of that is you've got some backing, so if you tap your own red, you kind of separate them, you lose some energy, and you can stick around if you're a little heavy. A little more room for error, although you set up a little more risk on the next shot. So this is fairly straightforward, just hit and stick. It's kind of nice on these shots if you hit and you stick, and then you're almost right there, because then it turns into kind of a teaser shot. Now Skip with their last shot doesn't know, should they draw or should they hit? Got to make them think about it. Looks like nice control weight. Lots of directional sweep calls. That's a great shot. Swept it just right so it didn't jam. And John has a shot for 1 now. Important shot. Need to make this one, as you're shooting against 4. Final shot of the 4th end. John Schultz with the hammer. Looking to hit and stick for 1. Oh, that's coming in real nice. That's a good shot. That's a good shot. Good pressure shot. And that'll be a score of 1 for Team Schultz, bringing our score tied up at 3-3 after 3 ends. So we've got a close game here. Yesterday, both the club bracket championship and the men's championship games were close at the beginning, but then the winning team kind of took them over with some big ends. They both ended early. Okay, John looking to have Dave Lehman put up the center guard here. It's looking a little light. You have to sweep that hard to get it over. They're working on it. They're working on it. And they did. They got it over. Look at that. Dave calling for a shot in the rings on the side. If it's short, it's a corner guard. That's also useful.
Well, then if the weight's good, that's fine. But I think it's going to just really come hard.
Josh with his first shot. As long as he's in the rings. And sticks around. Oh, just a biter. And that works. So, John looking to have Dave Lehman go ahead and draw around that center guard. Drawing for shot would be good. Another guard works too. Gonna pop out a little bit, to pop out the other side. You can see it there.
I mean, you can get to this. Throw a takeout.
So the discussion here is you want to throw a takeout because
I like this too.
if you're narrow on the takeout, you're going to hit that red one on the top, and that's a free guard. You'll probably hit it hard enough to remove it. So rather than doing that, Dave Vorpahl's going to have Josh draw another one to the side. In the rings works, but if it ends up guarding that other one in the back, that works too.
Looks really good. Weight only. Line straight. Weight only. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
See if they can drag it all the way there.
Got a bite. We're fighting.
Nice to drag it all the way there, right on top of the other one. That's a beautiful shot. John's got one partially, not quite buried inside the rings, and he's going to go ahead and remove one of these yellow rocks because he doesn't want two rocks sticking around there all the way to the end, because that's the way Vorpahl will get a big end. So wants to remove at least one of these, remove both of them would be great. That doesn't quite count. You don't get the bumper shot in curling. So that other rock the yellow rock got put back where it was. It's not bumper pool. So now Dan Stobness, a second for Team Vorpahl. He can go ahead and remove this red one. If he hits the guard, that's fine because it's not a free guard anymore. So.
Gotta curl this on. Really hard, Ben. You got a piece of this. Go hard, buddy. Go hard, go hard, go hard. Roll it.
It looks like this is going to work.
Good shot.
More weight? The same? Same's probably fine. Just have him sweep it right out of hand.
So, John Schultz here playing quite conservative. Just doesn't want any yellow rocks in the house. Would like to roll in if it's all possible. It looks pretty good. That's a very nice shot. Rolled well within the rings. We're looking at playing a clean end here. Dan Stobness with his last shot. Looking to hit and stick around. Wants a stick here, don't want to roll off. And they did stick around. Game of hits here. There is one guard still in play. Shannon Schultz with her first shot.
Yep.
A little bit light. They got to go hard on this one. Very nice. Very nice. Right on. quite sure what they're talking about there, but Dave Vorpahl with his first rock. Team Vorpahl with the hammer in the fifth M, gained his tide. And Vorpahl looking to hit and stick.
Dan?
Sweeper's on it right away.
Dan? Dan?
Oh, it's cutting hard. I don't know if he has a cutting rock or what there. I don't know if on the previous end it was that same rock. Dave had another rock that cut real hard like that.
Which turn do you want to throw?
So, which turn do you want? Shannon picked the in turn. And look to draw behind that center guard. It's quite a tall center guard. Tall meaning pretty far away from the rings.
Gotta curl a lot. Here it comes. Yep.
Gotta go now. Gotta go. They had to wait, couldn't sweep it too early because it's kind of wide. If you sweep a rock too early when it's wide, it'll hang out there. You have to wait for it to make its break and start to curl. Now it's a race to the 4 foot. So with two guards up this late in the end. Whoops. Okay.
Dan? Both of you, both of you. I don't know. Yeah, well, your weight should have been through. Time had you through.
It's like they got a little confused on the weight there. A common method of judging the weight is to have a stopwatch and time from the lock right when the rock goes past the back line and then out to the hog line, and then take that time and you can try to compute how far it's going to go. The thing is, if your thrower, say, pulls back a little bit on the rock or something, you don't see it, it kind of throws your time way off. So you have to watch pretty carefully for that kind of thing if you're timing in that way. So John's looking to draw. Race to the 4 foot. Who gets there first? Well, it's coming in nicely. Going to be in the rings. See how far back it goes here. Back 8. So the race is still on. Whoever gets to the 4 foot first probably scores on this end. Team Vorpahl with the hammer. Ben Vorpahl throwing last rocks with his first shot. First of his 2.
Yep. Now curl. Whoa.
Depends how heavy it is here, what it's going to do. That's going to go right by. Been a little heavy on that draw. So now Team Schultz has a chance to steal here. Still a race to the 4-foot. But if Schultz gets here with this shot, he'll be sitting 2, and if he's lucky, they'll both be buried. And it'll make it real tough for Ben on his last shot. Pro side here is to be a little short. You don't want to be, if you end up stopping right in the 12-foot, that's fine too. Makes the draw a little bit harder. You either want to be, say, in the 12-foot or completely buried. You don't want to be sitting there exposed. They're going to have to push it back here, because they didn't want it too exposed. So it's going to be a force of 1, as we say, if Ben makes his shot. He's got some backing. Kind of a shot your skip, or at least whoever throws last, needs to have in their back pocket. You can see on the right side there, you see Dan Stavnis timing.
He's got to slow down and curl. Yep, then go, then go. Then go, you got to go hard. You got to go hard, guys. Gotta go hard, guys. Gotta go hard.
So they thought it was heavy,
Whoa, it's fine,
but actually was just about right. That's a score of 1 for Team Vorpahl. And that'll bring our score to 4-3. Vorpahl ahead, 4-3. After 5 ends.
Up front.
All right. Vorpahl looking to stay in offense and put up a center guard.
Line looks good.
Josh Pogoralik. His first shot, playing lead. Josh was in Mexico all week. He had a sub. Unal subbed for him during the games during the week. Did a good job. So this overcurled, sitting out on the side. And that's actually to Team Schultz's advantage, because it's now a guard on the corner. And John's looking to take advantage of that right away and draw behind it. Dave Lehman, his first shot. Looks like it's over curling a bit. Might as well just leave it. Useful as a corner guard later, especially if that yellow goes away.
I mean, I guess we could always run ours and take it back here.
Yeah. You want to go there?
Yeah, I think center guard.
Yeah, so discussion is draw behind the corner or put up the center if you're looking to score or looking to stay, possibly steal.
You like here? Yeah. Okay.
If you're looking to steal, you'd probably want the center guard. If you're looking to play a little more defensive, you can put one behind the corner here. Key to this shot is you don't want to be light. Whereas with the center guard, you can afford to be a little light.
Yeah, you gotta go for weight too. Yeah, you gotta go for weight. Go hard, go hard, go hard. Go hard. Go hard. At least touch him and bounce in the middle. It's fine. Go hard, go hard, go hard. Good work, Josh.
So it was a little light. John can hit this and actually roll over a little bit. He can roll over, probably be good to roll over almost under the red rather than just under the yellow. Would be a better shot. Dave Lehman with his final shot. Nice to get a little roll here to the inside, but it's going to roll the other way. All right then. All right, so we're going to see a trade of some hits now, I think. Try to get the hit and roll. Hard to roll that far across. Hit and stick. Nice that it stays actually on that side because it makes it hard for John to get that same hit and roll under the corner guard. When you're trying to roll that far, it's really, I won't say a delicate shot, I'd say a difficult shot. There's such a small margin for error on where you hit the stone with an upper rate in order to get it to roll that far. Oh, it's cut. That is cutting hard. Oh, look at that. He might get this roll here. And he did. Look at that. That's a beautiful shot. Saw how thin he had to hit it in order to get there, though. But, boy, that's fully buried now.
At least open it up. Remember that for the next time we got to get around two offset guards. Weight? How much weight?
So Dave calling to run that yellow back into the red or just peel it off, either one. It's his rock, so he can run it back. Dan Stavnes.
Straight, oh, straight, straight, straight. Straight, really straight. Straight, straight, straight. Whoa.
There's a nice shot. Perfect run back. Not really buried, though. John can get at that one at the back. It's a shot rock right now. John Wolf. Well, I could have held it out there a little and see if he gets a double here. Just missed the double. A little more sweeping, they would have got the double.
Try, John. Okay. No spinning back. Jack? Maybe that's what it gets from not close.
Now looking to draw another one behind the corner there.
Dan, what do you think? Open or behind? You mean split or behind? Yeah, split or behind? I kind of like covering it.
So either going to go the split or go behind. It's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. If you're splitting, what you do is you're just trying to hold them to one. If you go this way, the thing is you can leave the double. Sometimes hard to line these up when you're, especially without the hammer. You're drawn behind the corner guard twice without the hammer. And line it up so that there's no double. A little heavy.
I'm okay with that.
That's sitting 1-2. John can go ahead and look and come right down to that yellow one. Come down, tap it just a hair.
Just trying to get on it. Tap it back.
That's a good shot, especially with the hammer. Just be shot in front of it. It's like he's calling a little bit more than a draw weight based on the broom here. Shannon Schultz with her first rock.
Yep. Whoa.
Coming in nicely here. Good shot. The jam is there. Got to hit it just right so you don't jam.
Yeah.
Calling for control weight here. Don't want to hit it head on because you don't want the jam.
Josh.
Calling on Josh on the curl side.
You got it. Yes, yes.
Got to watch a jam here. Oh, no, he did get the jam. That sets up John for 2 with the jam.
Trying to hit and get over.
He's going to have Shannon with her second shot here to punch that yellow out to the right, roll a little to the left so they're sitting 2. Throw control weight here, he says to Shannon here, so.
Yep. Really hard, boys.
Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good here. Got to not roll out though.
Alright, good try, Shannon.
Had to hit that a little thicker.
I mean, they're both open. Whatever you like to throw.
Turning into very open end here. There is one guard in play that can be used. So Ben Vorpahl with his first shot here. They're throwing control weight because he wants to stick around. You don't want to roll off here. If you roll off here, John will look to draw behind that corner guard. So you want to just go ahead and hit and stick and make John throw at it.
Yep for line. Yep for line. Really hard for line. Really hard for line. Really hard for line. You can still get it. Go, 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 go. Go hard. Line. Line hard. Line hard.
Yeah, so that one's a bit narrow. Sweepers held it in order to remove it, but now John can go ahead and draw behind that corner guard. That's why you want to hit and stick on those. So you'll notice Team Vorpahl, their sweepers, they use a lot of directional sweeping. And he's calling for line. You have one sweeper on, sweeping on the side where the rock's curling towards you. That tends to hold the line a bit better. In other words, keep it straighter. On the other hand, if you have just one sweeper on the other side, that's called curl. And that tends to make it curl a little more. Holding the line works better than the curl in directional sweeping. John Schultz looking to draw behind that corner guard. Set himself up for two here. Oh, they're looking to head right for that red one. They better look to bump it in now. Better look to bump it in. Get enough weight to bump it in. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Just enough. Now that was a B shot. That was not the called shot, but ironically ends up with almost the same desired result. You have a scoring rock behind a guard, behind a corner guard. So Vorpahl wants to take it the way pretty much they have to draw right where Dave is putting his broom there to try to take that shot away. If they're anyone else out in the open, John can hit them. So you're kind of stuck with drawing behind the one who was just in there. So he has a lot of space to draw. You can see that red one there's just barely biting. So there's a lot of space in there. Got to get behind there and get fully buried.
You know, even here is okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to get there.
Right.
Really looking at the end. But the way the rocks have been acting, it could go right past it. So, you know.
So Ben Vorpahl with his final stone. Team Vorpahl is without the hammer. Sixth end. Looking to go ahead and draw behind. Guards there and take that shot away from John Schultz. Oh, it's cutting over really hard. It's going to crash on the red one. Did they get enough roll there to be number two? Looks like they are. Got a bit of a fortuitous bounce there, and I think yellow is number two now. Hard to hit that and score. Could just hit it and take your one. Looks like that's what John's going to do. The other option here is to play the split. You could play a draw down to that red one and hit it. You'd have to, it's a tough split. You'd have to hit that red just off of center and push it back to the edge and then have your red roll in. And then you could get two. But he's electing a, as we say, this is taking the easy shot, which is usually the best strategy, especially when you're only behind by one. If John was behind by a few more, you'd try that split, but be behind by one. Let's go ahead and remove that rock. Well, and he flashed right by. Unfortunately, missed it, so. Take a look at him here. Pretty close. From this angle, it looks like one yellow, but we'll see if they want to do a measure or not. All right, so they're going to do a measure. All right. We don't quite have those $10,000 cameras that they have at the Scotties and the Briar where we can zoom in on the micrometer, so this is about the best we can do to give you a view of the measure. Now, I didn't get an indication of which one scored, so we'll find out by who throws first. So indeed, Vorpahl did score there. That'll bring their lead up to 2. Did look like yellow from above. So Ben Vorpahl wearing the cow pants there. A bit of a story behind that. Starts with the those who've watched the Olympics for a few cycles are used to the Norwegian curling team having loud pants. And when that first started, it was a little controversial because everyone at the Olympics is supposed to be wearing a uniform, but it turns out that everything has to be identical. They didn't really specify what, so Norwegians wore these very loud pants. Actually, it come from the golf world, I think. And then not too long after that, Ben and Robbie Schlimowitz and a few others from Portage and some other clubs qualified for Junior Nationals. And then they decided to all buy cow pants as their team uniform for Junior Nationals. And it was pretty popular there. That's kind of what the local newspaper reporters chose to take pictures of, and even when the TV camera's in, they wanted pictures of the cow pants. Kind of appropriate being from Wisconsin, so. John playing conservative here. And that's a beautiful shot to go ahead and hit and roll and just be biting there. That's a very, very nice shot. Dave put the first one in the rings. He's ahead 2, hasn't hung the score yet. They're ahead 5-3.
Mine's still pretty tight.
They're ahead 5-3. They can afford to put some in the rings, but put up another guard here. John needs to think about starting to score now. It's a good guard. John needs to thinking about how to, how he's going to score. And he's looking at getting 2 in the house, both on the wings for now. And with 1 in the house, I think that's a good strategy. It kind of does turn into a hit game after that. That's going to happen anyway, so. All right, Dave Lehman with his second shot. It's curling nice. It's going to miss it, John. Don't worry.
All right, good work, good shot.
So we are in a hit game now. Hits and rolls until somebody gets behind a guard. Dan Stabness with his first shot.
Line hard. Line hard, really hard.
Cutting very hard here. Really cutting hard. Gonna go right by. Oh, just hit it. Look at that. Now this gives a chance for this gives a chance for John to figure out what he wants to do. He wants to still play in the open. If he's short, it's a guard, but it keeps turning into a hit game. The other alternative would be draw behind one of those 2 stones. Looks like a good draw weight here. Just behind the tee. Continue on our game of hit and rolls here. Dave thinks it's outside.
Got it real hard. Really hard.
End up curling and rolling out, so. I like this. I like this John calling to draw behind the guard. It is a center guard, but for him at this point, it's just as useful if it's a center guard or a corner guard because there's nothing really in play other than his rocks. John Wolf with his final stone.
Yep.
Subbing for Mark Labor, who's not feeling well today.
Really hard for line.
They got to go hard or it's going to crash here.
Whoa.
Don't want to bump it in. Oh, look at that.
Very nice.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is a beautiful shot. Look at that. Total buried. Yeah, that's a beauty. Yeah, I heard you saying I should say that. Yeah, that's a beauty. Especially after I thought it was going to crash. All right. Oh, Team Vorpahl looking to try to cut John down here, come down and freeze on that red one. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Looking for. Oh, there's another beauty. I'm sorry, you got two beauties in a row. I misread that shot. I thought that was a drawdown. A drawdown to do what you see there. And instead, what he did is he took out the other rock and hit and roll right into the same spot. So that's two beauties in a row. So,
Yep.
Shannon Schultz here looking to draw. Be nice to come and maybe just tap that red a little. She's light though. That's not going to help them much. That probably helps Vorpahl more than them because they can use that. They can actually drag that one back later if they need to get at the back ones. But now they can run the. They can go ahead and run that yellow right into the red. Get rid of the red.
Are they locked? Ours? There's this much space. Okay. I gotta hit it.
Yeah, so just get rid of the red. Probably both yellow stick. Depending on where he hits it, his yellow will stick around. Kind of depends where he hits it.
Dan.
Oh, calling hard for line right away.
Whoa. Josh.
This could be a nice shot. Oh, went right by. Oh, that's unfortunate. Looked like a little more than control weight, more like normal weight. Yeah, John's not in a good position here to do anything other than guard.
You just want to it.
I mean, if you're going to get to it, you got to get right to it. But, you know, anywhere in here is good. Here's good.
Yeah, anywhere on that line works.
A little more than you threw the last time.
Like I said, those two top rocks might come into play, though, after this. Shannon Schultz with her final shot here.
Yep.
Oh, that's short too. Be nice to get a little bounce here. Try to get the guard in a different way. They kind of got it the other way. Same result. Hard to oh, can't quite see that through Ben there. We'll look at the top again here. Hard to get around that red on the right there. Those guards out there and get to that yellow with enough weight to punch the red out. So now you're back to the draw. That red and yellow guard on the top, those two reds and the yellow, that red and the yellow are a little bit too far apart for what we call the drag effect. The drag effect is where you can get stones slightly misaligned to go straight back instead of taking off at an angle. They're a little too far apart for that. So Ben will look to draw into the 4-foot. Thought it looked heavy, but it looks pretty nice.
Whoa. Now you gotta go. Whoa. Now go. Now go. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Freeze to it. That's perfect, man. Nice shot. Very nice.
Helps them to some degree. It's hard to get it either. It's hard to get at either one of those yellows to be able to punch the red out. That's. I think that that shot didn't hurt John at all. That run is there. John's looking at that run there. It's there. It's kind of lined up now. They could run that straight back. That red and the yellow guards up on top. They run that straight back. John's a little worried about that. I'd be less worried about that. Any kind of a run back is tough. I would put another one in the rings here. Get another one in the 4-foot buried. That puts a lot of pressure on Vorpahl then. So like to draw this right into the 4-foot. I think that's the call anyway. Wasn't able to catch all the discussion on it. Let's roll in a little bit. Let's see. It's a double there. Can't tell. Ben's in the way right now. I don't think the double's there. Well, I don't know if he can get to the inside of it. With enough weight. Let's see what they're talking about here.
That's loaded, but just for the one, and you can't get rid of the other one. And really, it doesn't improve. I mean, yes, it gets rid of this, but then he has a chance to. So if you get rid of this, and this still stays right here, that's going to be probably here, or does it come here, or if it comes here, I mean, it might get rid of this, which kind of puts us in a precarious spot. You just want to be in a precarious spot. Well, I don't think you can hit this hard enough to push this back far.
No, we're just doing this here.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If I just came in down here, you just lose this. It's scary. But
I don't see how. I mean, he can maybe get, because even if you're sitting here, you can still draw here, right?
so I'd rather just hit that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then he gets two.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if he makes the perfect draw. So. What? No.
I can't get pulled.
No. You just got to hit it on the nose. Hit it on the nose. Don't roll out. I'd rather have you roll in.
Okay. I think you're able to catch most of that.
Control or normal?
I kind of like normal.
Okay. I'll play it tight then.
I like normal here because if he hits it just perfect, he might be able to push that other red one out. But I don't think so. I don't think that shot is there. A lot of discussion on what to do. Hope you caught most of that.
Oh, it's out. It's got to curl. Got to curl. Got to curl a lot. Go, Dan. Go, Dan. Go, Dan. All the way. As far as you can. As far as you can. Good shot, man.
Yeah, it's about as good as you could do. Leaves John a draw for two. He just has to bite the forefoot. Just be careful not to over curl. Don't want to over curl and knock the yellow in. No. Well, that's another way to do it. That's an interesting way to look at it. This is a safer shot. This is a safer shot. As John's narrow, he'll just do red, yellow into red. That'll move a couple inches and he'll still score. So this is a smart move. It doesn't look that way from this angle. But the problem is if you're narrow, you can knock the yellow in on the left, but on the right, it's really a no-risk shot. So. Draw right to the edge of the four there. You can see it. Just see an edge of it, just to see a sliver of it there. John Schultz with his final shot. Looking pretty good.
Keep coming, you got it.
Looking pretty good.
Keep coming. Touch forward. Whoa.
Great. Go. Come on, man. Go.
Well, they had to sweep it for line. They had to sweep it to keep it from crashing. They did a good job, and that, unfortunately, the weight was good. They swept it for line and ended up with a score of 1. So we still have a close one here. After 7, it's Vorpahl 6, Schultz 5. Going into the 8th end, Schultz is going to need to steal to stay into the game. John's saying for sure you got to have guards here. In the final end, if you need to steal, you got to have some guards. Some free guards, we should say.
I like it.
Don't want it hot.
That's right, it'll come back.
Look at that. Lost handle one way and came back the other way. A little bit of kind of what ended up there, I think, there anyway, if it would have just kept its handle, but switched direction twice and ended up in the same spot. So Dave having Josh put one in the side, in the rings.
Way back here, if you can.
At this point in the game, a lot of times if it's in the rings, you like it behind the tee. And the reason for that is so that it can't be used for a hit and roll later in the end. But it's still around to be a scoring rock. That's fine. So for Team Vorpahl, they got to kind of think here, well, do they want to score or keep the other team from scoring? John looking to draw behind his center guard right away. If he gets another center guard and it's a free guard, that's fine. That's fine. Because then you'll have a couple of free guards. Stay free guards at least until the 6th rocket's thrown.
All right, Josh. Take this out, buddy. Control weight.
A little bit exposed, a little bit too exposed.
Line out. Line.
Gotta hold the line here. You don't want to hit that red one.
You got it. Line hard. Go, go, go.
Don't want to hit that red one on the top.
Come on, Ben. Get in there.
Oh, they held the line with it. All right. Schultz has a guard, but Vorpahl has 2 rocks in the house.
Yeah, I know, I was thinking that one.
John looking to stay on offense. I like this. Put up another guard. He's got enough stuff in the house to work with now. I should say enough stuff in play to work with. Those other rocks, worst come to worst, he could draw behind them at the end.
Something was stressful because you're not ready. Oh, well, I mean,
Don't want to come in though. Rather be a guard. Rather be a guard. Yep, that works. That works fine. Dave's going to look to get rid of some guards here. I think that center guard is more of the danger rock than this one. This one has a risk of a jam. This is Dan's first stone. Dan Stobness.
Curl, curl, curl. Curl, curl, curl. Curl, curl, curl. All the way curl. All the way.
So he's just going to hit his own here. Roll to the side. Oh, John's in good shape. He can start drawing underneath. He's got 2 guards to work with. Looking to play the tap. John Wolf for his first shot. Subbing for Team Schultz. And go around it the other way here. That's fine.
All right. Good weight. Gotta hit this one. Yeah. I hate those, but it's a shot. So, I think maybe throw your normal.
Normal?
Yep.
Kind of like the last one?
Like the last weight.
What?
Like the last one.
Yeah, like the last week. Yeah, it doesn't have to be huge.
Wants to throw normal weight, get rid of that stone in the back. Not a lot of good places.
Line.
Not a lot of good places to roll here.
Line. Line. Take the roll benefit.
He's going to get a little roll. Still behind the tee though. A lot of stuff to draw down to now for John.
Right on top of this is fine.
Yeah, he's got guards and he's got backing now.
If it overcurls
He's
and we end up button, that's
needs to steal at least one here.
like a bark out.
All right, Shannon Schultz's first shot. 8th end. Schultz without hammer needs to steal to stay in the game.
Wow.
This is coming in nicely. Oh, little tick there. Still useful though. Boy, those front guards are still scary. There's such an easy in-turn draw here on the left side. That's just so wide open.
I'll breathe tight.
This shot is still going to leave that draw, that in-turn draw. As long as John has a path.
Whoa! Josh!
Come on, Josh. Great job, Dad.
That in-turn draws there all day now. Yep. Race to the 4-foot. Race to the 4-foot. Shannon Schultz's final shot here.
Yep.
It's narrow. I might as well punch his back a little bit, so still a race to the 4-foot, I think.
What?
Too many guards there to get rid of them now.
If you touch that and I roll off, I think you got to draw. Yeah. Okay?
Yep, it's a race to the 4-foot now. If you remove those guards earlier in the end, you can avoid this situation. Shots didn't quite line up in order for them to have a spare one to do that. So now it's a race to the 4-foot. Dave wants to be above the tee here, don't want to be behind the tee.
Josh, be ready.
Even short is fine.
Whoa!
it's going to be behind the tee. Don't want to be behind the tee because that gives you something to draw down to. Right on the button. Schultz can come down and give that just a tiny tap. Big shot for John here. Wants to give it a tiny tap. Does not want to bounce to the left. You just need a tiny tap so you're shot. Not too much of a tap. Probably about 8 inches or so. Take a look at it here. Tap that yellow back about 8 inches so you're shot. But if they go after you, you'll just jam into them. That's what you're looking at. All right, John Schultz with his first shot. Does not have the hammer. Needs to score 1 to tie here.
Yep, line. Yep. Yep.
Well, it's cutting pretty hard. Cutting pretty hard.
Yep.
Yeah, if Vorpahl can put another one in there, that's be pretty tough for John. Right where Ben is his broom there.
Yeah. Well, no, I think that. I don't know that it's great on this one. I think you can. Okay, you put it.
Looking to see if there's some kind of a run back there. I don't think there is. All right, so draw, and Vorpahl with his first rock here. Somewhere in the 8-foot, 12-foot, blocking that path to that rock Dave just threw that's sitting on the button. And that could lock up the game for him.
Yeah, here. Yeah. Actually, I like you here, Ben. Okay. If you're here, that's no good, because then he comes right down to it. You gotta be here. Okay.
You just got to take that path away. Anything on the line that takes the path away to that yellow in the back works.
Oh, a lot of weight. You're like back 12, I think. Oh, here it comes. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, you just gave it in on. I don't know that I can help it at this point. That's not good.
Oh, that shot's still there now. Same shot for John. He can come and tap that yellow one just a hair. Oh, and he's looking at here as kind of doing it's almost a double, but that's going to leave his red rock exposed. If he would kind of play that same shot and just tap the yellow a little bit, that gives Ben still a pretty easy double, because that yellow under the red would do that. So this shot works too. Thing is, you have to hit this just right, because you have to. Looks like he's trying to get rid of both of them. Didn't quite catch what he was talking about there, so. Final shot for John Schultz in the club championship here. It's got a curl. Nope, not quite enough. And that should do her. And that's handshakes. Nice close game for our final play-down game of the year here at the Portage Curling Club. And that makes Team Vorpahl the club champion as well as the men's champion, and that's the second year in a row for Vorpahl as both the club champion and the men's champion.
So how's the 14 going to be?
So,
How's the 14 for?
if that works, that'll we'll say farewell. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Steve Duberstein, and it's our final game of the year for Portage Curling Club Playdowns. I could say we do have 2 weeks more of a we call a mini league, and there's still room for teams in that if players are looking to play. And week following that will be the Columbia County Championships, and those games will also be broadcast again. So we have 3 more weeks of curling left at the Portage Curling Club.